even though I've almost lost 100 pounds eating the carnivore diet. Initially, that wasn't the reason I started eating only meat. Hey everyone, it's great to see you. And if this is your first time stopping by, my husband Larry and I have been documenting our journey here on YouTube back to better health, eating a carnivore diet. We had around 10,000 subscribers last time I did a video on why I started the carnivore diet. That was around 2 years ago. And now that we have over 40,000 additional subscribers, I thought it would be a great time to go over my why once again. And after that, I'll be answering some of your recent questions from our comment section. But first, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Element. Element is a delicious electrolyte drink mix that comes in convenient single-serving packets. Each packet contains 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. We've been using Element for over a year now, and all their great flavors, along with their science-backed formula, has kept us hydrated and feeling great. Element not only adds new dimension to carnivore beverages, it's also great for making guilt-free carnivore treats. As always, Element is offering our viewers a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 free single-serving packets with any Element order. We love this offer because you can try 8 of Element's delicious flavors before your next order. You can have Element and the free sample pack delivered right to your home using our link below at drinkelement.com/carnivore quest. This is the perfect way to get the quality electrolytes you need and support our channel at the same time. So head on down to drinklmnt.com/carnivore quest and get yours today. And Element has the best customer service. If for any reason you're not 100% satisfied, keep the product and receive a full refund. Thanks again, Element, for sponsoring today's video. One thing I didn't share in the video from a few years back was how we discovered I had colon cancer. I was experiencing a lot of pain and gastrointestinal issues, which continually got worse over the course of a few months. And that led me to the emergency room. Turns out I had diverticulitis and it actually had ruptured. This was determined through a CAT scan. Not only did they find the ruptured diverticulitis, they also discovered that my tubes and ovaries were heavily infected, right along with a mass on my sigmoid colon. Within a few days, I had a colonoscopy, and that is where they discovered that I had stage 3B sigmoid colon cancer. My surgeon had said in 20 years of practice, he had never seen diverticulitis rupture like that. And I am so thankful for that diverticulitis, because if not for that, my cancer probably would have went undiagnosed. Cancer is one of those things that you never think is going to happen to you until it does. The fear, the uncertainty, the what ifs were constantly racing through my mind. Less than a week after I was diagnosed, I underwent surgery to have the cancer removed. And thankfully, the surgery was a success. I had a wonderful surgeon, and he said, no doubt about it, all of the cancer was removed. But as anyone who has faced cancer knows, the journey doesn't end there. Not only did they remove all the cancer, which had metastasized to one lymph node, but they had to remove my tubes and ovaries, instantly putting me into menopause, which means hot flashes. About some hot flash, baby, this evening. So about 2 weeks after surgery, I met up with my oncologist, and he ordered a PET scan just to make sure that no other cancer showed up in my body. After a week of worrying, the results from the PET scan came back and there was absolutely zero cancer. Even after my PET scan results came back free and clear, my oncologist still prescribed 6 months of chemotherapy. But something inside me just didn't feel right about that. He had just told me I was cancer-free, and the idea of flooding my body with chemicals felt wrong. So I made a choice that not everyone agreed with, including Larry, but it was my choice and my path to take. So I refused the chemo and decided to look into natural ways to keep the cancer from returning. I started diving into the world of clean eating, looking for something that will not only prevent the cancer from returning, but also give me my best quality of life, which led me to the Garrison therapy, coffee enemas and all. It was just a protocol that we simply could not afford. Then I came across a fellow cancer survivor. He had the same type of cancer, same stage, along with surgery, and he also refused the chemotherapy. However, his protocol seemed a little more manageable for me. I juiced carrots, a lot of carrots, and ate raw vegan. The problem with that is there's a ton of sugar. And all that did was fuel my food addiction, which led me right back to my old ways, which got me sick in the first place. So after being vegan and trying whole foods and a few other things that I learned that just didn't work, I found keto. And while the ketogenic diet works for a lot of people, we found it hard to stick with. The restrictions, the tracking, the constant preparation, it just became too much and we went right back to eating garbage. And around this time, we had discovered Dr. Ken Berry, and luckily, he had just transitioned into the carnivore diet. At first, it sounded extreme, but the more I researched, the more I found that people had incredible health transformations. And after struggling with keto, Larry and I thought, we could really do this. Now, when Larry and I first started carnivore, we had a hard time sticking to it the first year.
We started doing really well, low carb, carnivore, week or two, and then we get off. Carnivore, a week, we're back off.
But we didn't give up. And after a while, everything started to click. No more complicated meal plans and no more obsessing over macros and carb counts. My body began to feel stronger and I had more energy than I felt in years. And most importantly, I felt in control of my health again. Looking back, I know it was the right decision for me. I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. The decision to refuse chemotherapy is a very personal one. I just wanted to share what worked for me. The carnivore diet gave me my life back when I felt like I was losing it. I've stayed cancer-free for 8 years and I feel healthier than I ever have. Plus, being down almost 100 pounds is a nice bonus.
Can you dig it?
If you've been struggling with health issues or you just want to lose weight, I encourage you to do your research. Experiment with what works for you and never be afraid to make bold decisions about your health. I am so grateful for what the carnivore diet has done for me. Let me know down in the comments what the carnivore diet has done for you. Speaking of the comments, now I'm going to answer a few from you. This one is from the Ultimate Weasel asking, is there an alternate way to make this if you only have boneless, skinless chicken thighs? Or is the process the same? I have a heap of thighs that I need to cook up and really want to try this recipe. Yeah, absolutely. We've discovered that you really don't even need to sear the skins anymore. And those chicken thighs are fatty enough as it is. It's still going to turn out absolutely delicious. Let me know what you think. Austin comments, unless they stop putting sugar in Worcestershire, Worcestershire sauce, then I would not consider that keto or carnivore friendly. Hey, you know what? You do you. And Jason says, my wife and I will celebrate 7 years tomorrow, September 15th. I have lost 72 pounds and she has lost 50. That's amazing. Congratulations on your anniversary and the weight loss, and just keep going. Roots, Rocks, and Feathers says, beautiful. My husband and I will celebrate our 49th in December. He is the best man I know. May God bless you through the rest of your journeys together. Thank you, Cynthia. You know, you've been a supporter of Larry and mine for quite some time, and I just want to say congratulations and an early happy anniversary to you. And Product Snob wants to know, how do I determine if dairy is an issue? You know, if you can keep it in check by having maybe an ounce or two a day, or maybe even skip a few days here and there, that's amazing. And if it's keeping you on track, don't change a thing. However, if you've noticed an issue like you're constipated or you're bloated, there's unnecessary inflammation, or you just don't feel all that great, eliminate it for 30 days and see how it affects you. And lastly, Debbie says, I love you and Larry. Thank you for being so honest. I'm an addict when it comes to dairy. One day I'll jump ship. You know, Debbie, you and I, we are not the Lone Rangers here. We are not alone in the battle of the dairy. But here's the way I look at it. If dairy is the worst thing that we consume, we're doing pretty doggone well. And I have every confidence in the world that we're gonna conquer that addiction too, or at least keep it in check, at least be able to get to the point where we can only enjoy a cup of coffee every couple of days or once a week, and maybe have a couple cubes of cheese or a slice of cheese on our burger. But I like to say it, one day at a time, one steak at a time, one vice at a time. Because carnivore is a big change. The whole lifestyle, everything changes. So if dairy is the worst thing you're worried about, you just keep going. And if you're getting to the point where you're so sick and tired of the stall, you know what? You just need to do a hard stop for as long as you can. All right, y'all, I want to thank you for stopping by and giving me a few minutes out of your day. And until the next time, my beautiful carnivore family, remember, no sugar, no carbs, and no cheating. Love y'all.